Hey, it's your Auntie Annie. Back with you after my little summer hiatus. It was a busy summer. I had a lot of things to do, so I haven't been able to put any videos together. But now that the fall is coming in, we're going to start all over again. So today I'm going to make one of my personal favorites, Gungo soup. It was, of course, Mother always knocked it out the park. In fact, I'm a little bit nervous today because this is one of the things that I had never made without her being with me. To kind of remind me of a process or give me the taste test. So anyway, as always, I'm going to try my best to see that I can live up to her reputation. So I'm going to just show you quickly some of the ingredients that we're going to be using for the soup. So we're going to use, of course, gungo. I've used the fresh frozen ones. I bought this one here, and I've used 4 packets of them. I'm going to be using some beef. I use the bone-in beef, as well as pig's tail, yam, sweet potato, and I'm going to be making some boiled dumplings as well. So I'm going to get things started, and I'll come back as soon as I have the soup ready to cook. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead. The peas have started to boil. It's come to the top. Whatever little white scum I'll take off eventually. But I'm going to go ahead and put in another liter of water just to sink the peas. As you know, that's a thing when I do my my rice and peas or my stew peas. It's the initial thing. Once this comes back to a boil, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the pumpkin. And once that comes to a boil, then I'd add all the ingredients and let it cook. Now it's going to take whatever time. It could take 2 hours to be able to have both the meat cook, the pig's tail, and the peas itself. So, but I'm going to put all these ingredients in once it comes back to a boil. So when everything is in the pot, I'll come back and let you see it, okay? Okay, I'll go ahead and I've put in the pumpkin along with the peas, and I'm going to be adding the beef. And I've used the shank part of the beef because I wanted the bone-in part of it. So I've gone ahead and just did some basic seasoning to it. That's all going to be in the description of the video. And then the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to put in, I'm just going to make this come up to a boil, and then I'm going to add, the pig's tail to it. Okay. So in goes the pig's tail, and you can use as much as you want or as less. If you don't like pig's tail, you can use salt beef instead if you don't eat pork. But this is kind of the way we always do it. I love the pig's tail in mine. So I'm going to add the pig's tail, and then we're going to let it boil. I'll put it on like a medium fire, and it's going to take roughly about 2 hours to cook. So I'm just going to give this a nice big stir. And once it boils, any little scum that comes to the top, I'm going to go ahead and scrape that off. So I'm going to go ahead, get this started again, and we'll see you when I'm ready to add all the other ingredients, okay? So the soup's been cooking for almost 2 hours. What I've had to do is that I've had to remove the beef. I'm going to add some hot water, and then I'm going and putting in my sweet potato, my yams, to start cooking. So as you see, the soup has a beautiful color. Looks good. I'm just going to go ahead, add some hot water in there, and then I'm going to add all the provisions. That's what they call them, provisions. And so once the sweet potato is almost done, I'll go ahead and add the dumplings, and then I'll start the process of finishing up the soup. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to be putting all this sweet potato, yam, yellow yam in with the soup. So here we go. So I'm going to give that about maybe 20 minutes or more, and then I'll start to get my dumplings in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now, and the sweet potato and the yam's been cooking for about almost 20 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and add my dumplings now. Then once the dumplings are cooked, I'll go ahead and season the pot. I'll taste it for salt, pepper, anything I need to put in, and then I'll come back when I'm ready to do that for you. Add the dumplings. I'll go ahead and add the dumplings, and then once the dumplings are cooked, then I'll go ahead and I'll season up the pot for the final time. So I'll come back when I'm ready to do that. Okay? Okay, so the dumplings are starting to float on top. Still have a few minutes more. I'm going to go ahead and season. Now, I did taste for salt, and it didn't need a lot of salt, but I'm just going to add a little bit, maybe half a teaspoon. And I'm going to add some garlic powder, maybe about a teaspoon, and same the black pepper. Oh gosh, I got my hands burnt there. Whoops, that's too much. And some black pepper. And I'm going to give it a good stir. And then I'm going to be adding, I had 3 stalks of scallion. I'm going ahead and squash them to get more of the flavor out. I have 2 green Scotch Bonnet Pepper, sprig of thyme, and 3 cloves of garlic. So I'm going to let this simmer for a few minutes. I'll give it a taste, see if there's anything else I need to do, and let it just complete the cooking process. Just giving it a final stir. I'm just going to let it simmer for just a few minutes more, but I think it's done. I don't know if it's as good as Mom. I'll tell you once I taste it. But I felt a little bit intimidated by this soup today, I must say to everyone, that I was so used to Mom cooking it. I never really kind of did it without her. So today was like, whew, I was stressed. But looking at it, color's right. It looks like Mom's soup. The taste will now tell me if I did a good job or not. Now, I've made a huge pot of soup for family. When you're doing it, you don't have to make, you can make half or a third of this amount. But give it a try and let me know, how yours will come out. But Mom, this one's for you, okay? Take care till we meet again. And remember, like, subscribe, and share the videos.